Hello everybody, it's Marcia Regan, founder and owner of Glow Your True Colors, and I'm thrilled to be running this video or shooting this video, doing this Facebook Live for the first time from my new home. Now just bear with me for a second because I'm actually going to send this into my lovely groups because I said I was going live in there, and it'll just give you a few minutes to join me. And I'm just going to kind of share what's been going on for me because I've realized I've had loads of lovely people message me saying, how are you? We've missed you. Are you all right? But it has been, it's been a really amazing journey. And I wanted to kind of talk about really following this divine calling, even though it kind of logically makes no sense, and how really I have felt that I divinely led, literally divinely led. Now, why isn't, I don't know, who's joining me live there? Suzanne! I was ringing Suzanne, you've been on my mind. Suzanne, will you see if you can share this into the activator, the Inner Wealth Activator? Because I can't seem to share. And actually, will you share it into the activator and I'll share it into the Color and Wealth Alchemy, okay? I can get in now for some reason, but it was taking a while. Great. Yeah, so I'll tell you, I'm going to share, I wanted to share kind of my learnings, which I feel will relate to all of you out there. Because aren't we, taking away all, stripping us all back, we are all the same, right? We are all made of infinite potential. We are all amazing. We are, we get in our own way. And really, I think the biggest learning about divine feminine calling, and this is what I really want to talk about today, and I think we're all actually moving. If you've been following me for the last probably 5 years, and if you have definitely worked with me in the last 3 years, and I know you watch, I can see those of you joining, you have worked with me, you are moving from your purpose into your calling. Thanks so much, Suzanne. Hi, Ashling and Arena. And it's a completely different ball game. So your purpose is whereby you wake up and you think there's more to life. There's more in me. You know you have this mission, you have something to give, and therefore you start exploring, you start doing the inner work, you start taking different courses, learning new skills, growing in confidence. And then there gets to a point, which is what a lot of us women are being called to do. It's a calling. And this really is a huge leap. And your calling really as a divine feminine woman is to really, it's divine feminine leadership. And what this really requires is really taking a place, taking your place in any situation, taking your place at a table, no matter what, not questioning, oh, who am I to do this? And what will they think? And I don't want to get above my station. You're really, and I'm being called to really take your place at the table and own your qualities and your gifts without actually needing to explain. It's like, it's really this divine feminine calling for me is to really help women. And since I've come back to Ireland, I've really, really found there's a lot of work to be done in Ireland around women claiming their power. And I'm not talking about power as being, being over the top and, fighting for it. And what I'm talking about power is really about women really knowing deep in their core and saying, I have a place. I am not going to sacrifice anymore. I'm not going to let people away with things anymore. And the different things that are kind of coming in my field of awareness is, for example, the camogie. So I've just discovered, like for the camogie, that in my area, and I'm sure it's the same in the rest of Ireland. So camogie is it's the female version of hurling. And the women are really struggling to get, they don't get any sponsorship, whereas the men get, in all the other games, get sponsorship, no problem. And it's like, why are we separating? Why don't the GAA, the male, saying, okay, I get sponsorship. Let's give a leg up and a hand to the women sport so that they can actually start to thrive, so we can thrive together. So not having the separation. And I think this is also part of divine feminine power. And what I want to say to you is that part of this divine feminine power is to really, really go in. Connect with yourself, connect with your knowing, and not going outside to look for outside approval or verifications, but really, really going in and knowing your truth, because you are the only one that knows your truth. And what I have found is I literally had this divine download about, I think it's probably a year and a half ago or 2 years now, that my soul, my work was being called back to Ireland. And since then, I feel I've been prepared. If I had my time over again, I probably would have just jumped ship there and then, and I would have moved back immediately. But I didn't, and I felt that I paid a big price by literally thinking and looking at all the reasons, the practical reasons, moving a family of 5, different languages. And I was putting all these reasons. And also other people's influences were saying, don't be irresponsible. So when about in June, I got this, or July, I got this call from my brother saying, an opportunity has come up. This is an opportunity for you if you want it. Do you want a house and a car? And you can move back to Ireland. And literally, I jumped on it and I was like, yes. So within 3 weeks, we had to pack up our house, move to Ireland. Initially, I stayed with my father for like 6 weeks. And then I moved into this beautiful house, 5 minutes from the sea. Actually, probably 3 minutes is the nearest beach from the sea. And it's been an absolute dream. I feel that once I've said yes, and this really is about saying yes to my heart, to what I know to be true, it has been a dream. I have been put in front of people, like literally, and people have been sent to me. It's been absolutely incredible. And what I want to say to you is, your only source, and I've said this numerous times, is divine source. It's not money. It's not your job. It's not loved ones. It's divine source. The day that my kids were going to school, which was kind of an emotional day, I was worried about those kids because particularly one of them who has gone through the whole French system. So he's done all his subjects through French. And one of my very good friends, Martha Fraser, some of you will have known her because she's part of my circle. She actually had rang me up 2 days previously saying, I want to come down and see where you are. I'm coming. I'm going to stay in Garrybo Hotel. And that was the day that my kids went in. So I arrived into the hotel room and I burst into tears. Just the relief of having someone who really knew me on a core level, because I think it's really, really important for us entrepreneurs to have women around us like us. And then the day that I was moving into this house, I had Aisling Mooney, who all of you know, and she happened to be in Ireland, and she messaged me 4 days before saying, I'm coming to Ireland. I'd love to see you. Can I come and stay? And she came into this house with me that night, and we stayed. And she just having her, it was just incredible. So all these little things. And this weekend, I was in Blarney Castle, because I'm helping my brother to sell a lot of his stuff. So he was selling his car. So I went to drop the car off to the buyer, and I was waiting for my father to pick me up and bring me back. And I sat at the table, and this woman out of nowhere came up, and she said, "Oh, can I join you?" And we started chatting. And it turns out she is from Boyle, and again, one of my very, very, very good friends who I met when I first went to London 28 years ago. We're still really good friends. She's from, her family are from Boyle. And this woman has a women's group, and she said, I'm looking for what, because she was asking what I was doing. I'm looking really for a speaker to come to Boyle to talk about what you're doing. And I would, would you be interested? So we're having a call tomorrow. Now, and she said to me, she said, I asked God this morning to put me in front of whoever I'm meant to meet. And she said, I came into this place and I was drawn straight to you, and we got chatting. It was just so amazing. And so this is what I want to say, is that this is the way, it's the being first. Who are you being in every given moment? And then from that place, it's taking the aligned action, who this being that you are. And this is like, even if you, whatever you want, whatever you're wanting in your life, you have to be it first, because that's the energetic alignment. And then after that, you take the action, and then you will find that it literally comes to you. And for me, this is divine feminine power. And I really feel it's really important for women to come back to who we are, to release and heal all the judgments, all the shames, all the projections. And this is kind of a bit like the inner wealth activator, because when I got that channeled probably 3 or 4 years ago now, it is kind of all those principles. It's like whatever projections people are putting in you, that is affecting your energy. And that's why you have to be strong in your sense of self, strong in your self-worth, grounded and connected, and just available, and knowing that your divine truth is abundance. And what I have found is that there's different steps in this divine feminine journey, because my aim is what I was connected with at the beginning of this year is to take you to the ancient divine feminine. And the ancient divine feminine is really what we're aiming for, but we can't go from here to there because the frequency is extremely high. And also it's about the journey. So it's not about getting, and it's not about, really having any perceived idea. It's being available, and it's being brave enough to walk on the path of divine feminine, unconditional love and empowerment, and not following what everybody else is doing, but really going in and going, what is my way? Because each one of us, I was told that when I'll be doing a retreat, that each woman in that room is going to represent 1,000 women. Can you imagine that? This is how powerful you are. And this is why we have to step out of the fear, step in to the unknown, because part of this journey too of the divine feminine is the unknown, because actually the known and the unknown are the same, because once you know, the quantum field changes, so you're into a whole new ball game. And this ancient divine feminine is the field, the first time that divine source created the field, the consciousness and the field of a woman. And when we tap into that purity of source and embody that, then that is true power. It's just the softness. And I think that's the other aspect, is I think we're being called as women to be softer in our way, softer in our being, softer and being softer on ourselves first, and then being softer on others, and really leaning in and tuning in and going, what do I want? And having a group of like-minded, loving women around you who are rooting for you just as much as you want to root for yourself. And that is divine feminine power. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a healing, a channeled healing. I'm going to see what comes in. For all of you watching this, and for anybody watching the replay, and I'm going to just see So like I've been talking about, I want you to lean in and I want you to lean back. And we are going to straight away just connect with our heart. And I want you to really feel your heart. Feel the love in your heart. Feel the purity in your heart. Feel the vulnerability in your heart. Feel the magic in your heart. Feel the wisdom and the beauty in your heart. And I want you now to feel this draw, like this pull of energy from your heart down into your solar plexus, down into your sacral, into your hips, down your legs, into your feet, through the rocks and lava, and down into the heart of Mother Earth. And feel her love. Feel her power, which is love. Feel her wisdom. Feel her patience. All we have is divine timing. Everything that is yours by divine right has got to be yours. It's divine law. So don't worry about missing out. Don't worry about taking from anybody else or stepping on anybody else's toes, because everything is in divine and perfect order as you live from your heart. And now we're going to call in pure, absolute, divine love of the highest consciousness to move down into the crown of your head, the back of your head, into your forehead, your third eye, clearing out your third eye so you can see with 3 eyes, feeling that light move down into your nose and your cheeks and your mouth, and feel the beauty of your face. Acknowledge your beauty as a woman. Acknowledge your beauty if you're a man watching this, because you also have divine feminine power. Your beauty as a man connecting with his divine feminine power. Feeling that light move down into your throat. And this is about bravery and courage to be seen for who you really are. To take a stand for yourself, for your calling, for your inner knowing. Even though you may not understand all of the cheap pieces of the jigsaw yet, but this is why you need the courage and the bravery to come as you are in this moment. Feeling this light move down into your shoulders, down your arms, hands, and fingers, so you can receive. It's really important for you as a woman to receive. Oh, and now we're going to receive, you need to let go of the martyrdom. Wow. So let's drop the martyrdom, that you have to do it all and it has to be you, letting go of the martyrdom. And now allow yourself to receive more. And feeling that light now move down into your chest. Taking away all the pressure. Because now you know that everything you desire, it's already here. All you need to do is be in alignment. Let go of whatever is keeping you from experiencing this reality. Feeling that light move down into your heart. This is about healing your heart. Healing all the pains of the past. Feeling this light move down into your sacral, connecting you with creative feminine power, joy, sensuality, movement, sense of humor, support, intuition, magic. Feeling that light now move down into your hips and clearing away the lack through all time, space, generations, multidimensionally, backwards and forwards, clearing away the lack and letting the abundance in. Oh, I want you to see yourself. I can see doors here. Open the doors and let the abundance in. The abundance of time, the abundance of clients, the abundance of money, the abundance of friendships, the abundance of love, the abundance of health and well-being, the abundance of support in your life and your business. Let it in. And now I want you to shake your legs and release, 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 so you can fully embody this, fully embody it. And now it's being, anything that is not your divine truth is now being released into the heart of Mother Earth. And she's transforming that into pure divine love, light, truth, and wisdom. And now what I want you to do, I want you to see in front of you that there is a beautiful wooden kind of a garden doorway. There's a specific color for you. And I want you to put your hand on that door. And I want you to really consciously and intentionally, if it feels right for you. If it doesn't feel right, you can come back and you can watch this again. If it does feel right, then open up the door and you are letting go of your old identity of that's restricting you. You're letting go of your old patterns that are keeping you from your calling. You've opened up the door, and I want you now to step into this beautiful corridor that is filled with light, that's filled with beautiful golden light. This is a shower, actually. You're being showered and cleared and realigned. And there is a table. There is a beautiful table you can see at the end of the corridor in this amazing room. You can, so you're walking down the corridor into this room and towards the table. And when you get to the table, you see all of these people that are waiting for you, that are all open to this divine feminine way of living and being and experiencing, where you get to have the and you realize that you are not alone in the world, that there are other people like you who are fully open, who are fully intuitive and connected to this divine feminine, ancient divine feminine power. And Goddess Isis now has come into the room, and she is placing her hand on each and every one around this table. Every one of you have walked in and joined all the other women and great men in this room. And this room is huge. And I'm just getting, there's more where that came from. There's always more. And just allow, I just want you to just receive whatever it is you need right now for you to have the courage to step into your calling, claim your place, take a seat at the table, speak your truth, share your voice, and also be okay with sometimes, because what I have been getting up to now was to rest and go in, and that's okay too. So there's no judgment what comes in, but just receive the activation. And now I'm going to pull a card from my Wisdom of Oracle cards, and I'm going to ask Goddess Isis to give me a message for everybody watching this. Wow, amazing. Look at this. I mean, what a beautiful color, first of all. Very much divine feminine colors. Exchanging gifts. Number 27. The law of giving and receiving. Currency, trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. So you're still sitting at this table, and this is the message that you have had your initiation, and now Goddess Isis is giving you this message. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet, in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. And this is extremely important because in business, you need to receive money in exchange for your gifts, because the money exchange represents the transformation, and it also is a tool for whoever you're working with to invest in themselves through you. That's my bit that's coming in. This is the rest of the reading. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. I would say being first and then doing. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time to do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the values others bring to your life. The prosperity message is all your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are very, very important. The energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. Now, the protection message is be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it. And then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from, or even fail at it, because as you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay, though, because spirit will help you achieve the balance. And this is really important. And it'll help you achieve the balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in victim mode, in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. This is exactly what I mentioned at the beginning. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of it. Absolutely beautiful. So now I want you to sit for a moment and I want you to allow those words to descend into your energy and on your body. And I want you to give thanks to yourself for always showing up the best way you can. And now with making a commitment to yourself that you are a giver, but you're going to also be in the receiving end. It's the end. I get to have this and this and this and this. And it's being open to receiving and just putting one foot in front of you. What I have learned in this move is that all I did was I did one thing each day because there was so much to do. And I've realized fully the meaning and the power of just doing one thing. Because it's not about doing the 10 things. Doing the one thing that matters most and allowing yourself to receive the guidance, then taking the aligned action and trusting in your guidance, not what anybody else says out here. This is why you probably didn't see me here for a while, because I had to do my thing. I didn't want any outward projections. I needed to go in and I needed to do my thing and set myself up in the way that the divine had planned for me. And that was letting go of expectation. But the importance was my intention, that I was saying yes to this, and my intention is that I would be supported in all endeavors. And oh boy, has that been the case. So I want you now to just connect and see, what are you leaving with? What have you got from this? And I want you to embody it. And I want you to receive it fully. And we're going to give thanks to Goddess Isis. And I see actually Mother Mary has come in now. And she's honoring every one of you. Honor yourself. Honor your woman that's in you. And honor the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We are aiming for balance here. We are healing the divine feminine to bring balance to the divine masculine. So now, when you're ready, we're just going to look around the room, and we're going to acknowledge everybody in the room that's part of this vision, this bigger plan, this calling that we're all on. You're going to walk back the corridor. And in fact, you're going in through another door because your life has just changed. It's like glasses have been taken off and you've been given a whole new outlook. So give yourself time to embody this. Drink plenty. And just see what comes. If you are looking to really journey and do 6 to 8 weeks of really discovering your divine feminine path, then you can arrange with me to have a call, and we will tune in with your guides, with Goddess Isis, with Mother Mary, and Divine Source, or God, I call it Divine Source, and we will see, and your guides, what is your next step into you really fulfilling this calling that you have. So you're now back in the room, you're sitting on the seat, you're giving thanks to yourself, to the divine, and you are open. I think the number one thing here actually is to be open, to have no preconceived ideas of what you think it's going to be, to really feel and come from your heart, because this is true ancient divine feminine power. Connecting with that infinite source here in your heart and living and taking action from that place, from that being, knowing that your truth is that you are divine in every way and that it is your divine right to be abundant in all ways and all directions. And in doing that, we have to heal what has gone before us so that we can literally send out this amazing frequency to ourselves and to others and to the future, to those who are coming in to build our future world. So cross your hands over your knees to ground and anchor that in. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for participating, for staying with me on this one, for being there. I felt actually you were, even though I wasn't coming in here, I could feel a lot of your energies. I knew you were there, and I want to send you so much love, so much abundance, and an amazing day. And I'll put a link in this video to my diary, and you can see if you want to have a chat. And then the other thing I'm doing on the 5th of October is I'm doing this talk that was arranged ages ago, Magical Creators Live event, which is really for entrepreneurs who really want to have it's an amazing event because it's all about vision, intuition, healing, connecting with the soul of your business, connecting with pricing, I'll be bringing in this divine feminine work. So that's the 5th of October, and I'll put a link to that as well, because you get a special prize with my link, because I wanted to give the benefit to you rather than me taking the monetary benefit. So I wanted to give it to you. So I'll give you that link. All right, my darlings, wishing you an amazing day. Take care.